Secunda with the Petrochemical Energy Show. And with me this afternoon, I think we just passed 12. Yeah, so this afternoon I've got Matlonga Nolo Twene. Almost correct, eh?
Matlonga Nolo Twene.
Yeah,
yes,
that's it. And you work for Steinmüller?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. And I know Steinmüller, maybe I'll just do from an intro point of view, I know Steinmüller from my days at Mondi. You guys used to rock up there when we had a shutdown. And you guys used to strip everything and refurbish everything. And you had a strict timeline. You got like 4 days to do it. Or 5 days to do it. And some of those times this was like hugely time pressure on the, and from your card I can see you one of the project, or you're project manager for them. So you the guy that carries that wooden spoon to slap everybody to make it work, huh?
Yeah, no, correct. It's very important that when you are given that particular project that we're busy with, like you say, on shutdowns or projects that we get around South Africa or all over the world, you bring it back to the client on time, especially, and you make sure that you cut the costs, you don't exceed over the budgets, and I mean you make sure that you obviously execute it in a safe manner.
Yeah, especially safety is a massive concern for most of the bigger industries, and there's health and safety files that pre-planning needs to happen like 4 or 5 months before the project to understand exactly what needs to happen to make it safe, to be able to bring them back online as soon as possible and at budget and without any injuries and those kind of things. So I think it's a huge task. Maybe talk us a little bit around Steinmüller and where it comes from, and just give for the listeners. There's a lot of listeners that I can see that might not know who Steinmüller is. So maybe just give them a rundown.
Yeah, no, we as Steinmüller, we basically offer comprehensive expertise in welding and environmental technology, manufacturing. So we do maintenance. We do also lifetime extension of the plants, and we do project management. In addition to that, we've got a depot also in South Africa that provides with cranes, lifting equipment, machinery, welding machines, and also your mobile offices. So we also have a design division, which is based in Rivonia. We offer design support to our clients in mechanical engineering, civil and structural engineering, piping, and also process engineering.
Okay, so that sounds like it's like a full package deal. So they would contract you guys to come and analyze what needs to be done, sit with the engineering guys to design what needs to be refurbished or remanufactured or possibly rebuilt new, and then obviously to look at what lifting equipment or what the requirement is for a certain section of a plant to be refurbished, and then decide, do we do it on site, do we take it off site, and then managing the entire process from start to finish to bring it back online at the right time. So that's a tremendous pressure on the project team. I can just imagine you guys, what your scrum looks like on a Monday morning in those kind of environments.
Yeah, no, that's correct, Andre. We basically look at what the project has. We look at what is it that we can probably prefabricate maybe in one of our workshops. We've got a very big workshop in Pretoria where if it's not possible or feasible for us to do the fabrication on site, we basically take our staff there to Pretoria and then we get them done in the workshop, and then we transport them to site for installation, and that also saves some time. It saves time, it cuts also your way of doing things is a bit quicker in the workshops, and
absolutely
safer, a lot safer than in the plant actually.
But then in some cases when you're stripping a plant, you don't know what you're going to find on the inside. So you kind of understand this is what we got to do, but you need to visualize inspections and visualize pressure, do pressure tests and that kind of stuff. And sometimes, we're doing a MTBF or meantime between failure inspection on this, and now you find something's gone wrong. So you guys have obviously a methodology in your project management to be able to handle those isolated incidents, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think the one thing that Steinmüller does well as well is that we also manage to live up with the current times in terms of integrating technology into the demands of our clients. So we also have drones that we use for inspections. Say we've got an incident in the plant where you cannot physically access the area. So we sent out the drones, which we go out there, and then the drones go out there and inspect. So it comes up with thorough and detailed information of what is it that is actually happening around there,
and what the requirements are.
Yeah, the root cause is, and also if the area is hazardous, it's full of gas and whatever it is, human beings cannot get to that point, and then the drones are able to obviously tell you what is it that is around that area and what you can expect.
So it's making inspection safe in a hazardous area where you'd have to use masks and that kind of stuff.
100%. And I mean, it also cuts the maintenance time down, because in cases where you have to wait for maybe temperatures to go down to about 30 degrees Celsius, your drone can actually maybe take heat up to around 50 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
And it can go up there and take your detailed information. You already know what is it that you need to do before you can actually physically go there.
So that reduces the downtime and then the total exposure and the total downtime of the plant, which always equals dollars in multinationals.
100%. And also we do it in a safe manner, because when human beings cannot get to that point, you already have something that can get to that point and give you that information. So in those hazardous areas.
Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. I think and Steinmüller, you mentioned earlier, you guys started the company's German roots, or is it South African total owned now?
No, we have our German partners. So it was derived from Germany.
Yes.
So Steinmüller Africa, we just in South Africa rebranded, but Belfinger Power Systems is still pretty much part of Steinmüller.
And the major groups is all the blue chip manufacturing companies, the Sasol's and the Mondis and the Sappies and the any of the, I suppose, the sugar industry as well, and the power stations, Eskom, all. So it's all those heavy industry type of requirements where it requires you have to have a structured downtime approach to the project. So if something is not working right, we're going to just stick sticky tape on it until such time as the shut happens, and then we fix everything at that same time.
Yes, we obviously one of our biggest line being Eskom. We deal with mostly high pressure welding.
Yeah.
So the quality of what Steinmüller brings into this makes us obviously unique to everybody else, and also in the safe manner. Also the quantity of welds that we produce. I think you have a lot of welds that are coming out at a very clean rate as well. So that makes Steinmüller
standout go-to customer for welding and that, and X-raying the welds. You guys do that as well?
Yeah, we do X-ray our welds. All the high pressure welds are being X-rayed, and obviously they have to pass X-rays. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, so that's Steinmüller, and your project team. I know that Steinmüller, and we know what they do, but maybe just elaborate a bit on how big the project team is and what kind of resources go and just to give the listeners an idea of the size of the project team that Steinmüller has.
Look, it's actually a very big a very big team. So we have a lot of sites. Like I'll just give an example. We've got about 6 sites 6 power stations that we're currently busy with projects. We also have the Mondi Richards Bay project that we're currently busy with, building a new boiler there in Richards Bay.
Yes.
So it's quite a big pool.
Okay. So and you guys would then put a site office up there with a project management team down to plan the shut, and then work towards the plan, and then you mentioned that I suppose that's quite a drain, well, not a drain, it's quite your engineering team that has to have the right disciplines for high pressure vessel welding and understanding what it needs to be done. So all that planning is done and project managed by this entire team. And so you guys are used to operating away from home, I suppose.
Yeah, no, we are used to operating away from home. Most of our projects are never in an environment where one would grow up in.
Yeah.
So they're always away. So you have to obviously navigate around the environment. Like you go to Richards Bay, the weather conditions there is very humid and all of that. And it comes with challenges, obviously, in manufacturing and all of that, because once you get to a point where you need to be welding, there's always constantly rust that gets picked up.
Yes.
And we deal with those kind of challenges. I mean, with the ever evolving technology as well, we will use like your laser cleaning machines where you can actually just prepare your your steel, it will be like a very quick way of preparing your mild steel for welding, and then you will proceed, cut out the downtime, because the weather is so humid, and then water is like almost on the steel,
prominent to rust.
Yes.
And while you're on plant, while it's down, as long as it's standing, it's rusting. As long when it's working, it's not rusting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we get to a point where we use this laser cleaning technology, so you can prepare the material without even compromising the weld or the material integrity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant stuff. So there's a lot of new technologies that that I can't even remember. So some of the new technology. So you're using a laser technology to burn the rust off, so that it comes straight back into.
Correct.
So it cuts down the downtime of taking that rust out. You actually just laser clean the environment. Yeah, Excellent. Anyway, so I must say thanks very much for you guys today. Thanks very much for the interview, and we'll hope to see you guys soon somewhere along the line. Thanks you very much.
Thank you very much, Andre.
Cheers.